This video is sponsored by Private Internet Access. Jan Levinson is one of the main antagonists of the first few seasons of The Office. She starts off as a competent but intimidating business executive trying to rein in the goofy main character, Michael.
Now you're really not allowed in this session.
I'm their boss, so
I'm your
feel
boss.
But pretty quickly starts to become kinda psychotic and unhinged.
You burn it, you buy it.
You know what? I'm just not leaving. I'm not leaving.
And it's hilarious, but as usual, I'm gonna look way deeper into this than these writers ever wanted anybody to. I wanna break down Jan's character arc from the very beginning to her final appearance in the last season of the show, and along the way, I wanna highlight a few important turning points in Jan's life that I think will help explain why she became the mess that she ended up being. Jan is in 46 episodes of The Office, 47 if you count a deleted scene, and I rewatched all of these episodes multiple times to get to the bottom of this because I am a nerd, because there are a few moments where you kind of sympathize with Jan, like maybe she's a little misunderstood, or maybe not. You be the judge. Hi, I'm T1J.
Follow me.
At the start of the show, Jan is the vice president of sales at the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. She's like this humorless, high-powered executive.
If there is even a whiff of unionizing in this branch, I can guarantee you the branch will be shut down like that.
And she's the direct superior to Michael, the manager of the company's Scranton, Pennsylvania branch. Most of her early appearances involve her basically trying to get Michael to do his job as manager. Michael prefers a more fun, casual approach to management and doesn't like to engage with the more serious parts of his job.
How would a movie increase productivity, Michael? How on earth would it do that?
people work faster after.
Magically.
No, they have to make up for the time they lost watching the movie.
Even before we get to Jan's meltdown, and trust me, it's coming, we can already see the stressful situation that she's in. For one, she works in the paper business, which is on a downward trend as the world becomes more and more digital, and Jan is the VP of sales. So the success of these branches is like her responsibility. And Michael is not even the worst of the branch managers. Like, he's a complete doofus, but he's at least good at selling paper, which is probably why he gets to keep his job, even though he is a constant nuisance for Jan.
So for us, the name of the game is budget reduction.
Awesome Blossom.
What?
I think we should share an Awesome Blossom. What do you say? They are awesome.
So Jan's arc officially takes off in a season 2 episode called The Client, where she and Michael prepare to have dinner with a very important potential customer.
Michael Scott, this is Jan Levinson Gould.
Just Jen Levinson.
No Gould?
No. Thank you very much for meeting with us. Have you been waiting long?
No, not long.
Good.
Jan, what happened?
Michael.
Is Gould dead?
Michael, we got divorced, okay?
Now, I've never been divorced, but I hear that it sucks and can be emotionally exhausting. So Jan is probably not in the best headspace for such a high pressure meeting. But of course, she's professional and she's got a job to do, so she's gonna power through. And she knows Michael is a loose cannon, so she tries to take charge.
You're gonna let me do the talking. We agreed on that.
But Michael really can't help himself. Like I said, he prefers to have fun than do business.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my
Baby back rib.
But remember what I said about Michael being actually good at selling paper? Turns out that showing a client a good evening and actually getting to know them makes them more open to working with you.
Here's the thing about those discount suppliers. They don't care. They come in, they undercut everything, and they run us out of business. And then, once we're all gone, they jack up the prices.
I don't know.
It's bad.
It's terrible.
It? You know what? It really is.
I don't know. I guess I could give you guys our business, but you have to meet me halfway, okay? Because they're expecting me to make cuts.
And when Jan sees this in action, she's impressed. I mean, she's real impressed.
Yes!
Did it.
We got it!
Nailed it.
Nailed it!
Come here.
Yep. I am really thrilled.
Now, maybe it was the alcohol. Okay, it was definitely at least a little bit the alcohol. But it was also probably just a wave of relief for Jan, like finally something in that W column. As the audience, we're mostly concerned with the destiny of Michael and his office. They're the main characters. But losing this client would probably have some serious ramifications for Jan as well. Not to mention, she's just gone through a divorce and she's probably a little bit starved of romance. So mix those positive feelings with a little bit of liquid aphrodisiac and you've got the perfect perfect formula for an impulsive late night hookup. Although it honestly sounds like the encounter was more sweet than sultry.
I took her back to her hotel and we made out for a little while. It was great. I mean, she told me about her divorce. We talked for about 5 hours. She fell asleep on my arm.
When you watch The Office a few times, you realize how lonely Michael is and how desperate he is for love and attention. And I think this is why he's ultimately an endearing character.
Did you get married?
No.
Why not?
It just never happened.
So you didn't get to be what you wanted to be.
I guess not.
He just wants someone to love him, but what he got was some drunken kisses from his boss. Yet he has interpreted that as that love that he so desires. And this is pretty awkward for Jan.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Michael.
Really?
I'm not like that.
Oh, well.
No, Michael, I think I need to make something clear right off the top. I'm not going to discuss anything with you other than Dunder Mifflin business.
All right.
Period.
Now, if you've ever worked like anywhere, you've probably heard of coworkers hooking up with each other if you didn't do it yourself. I see you. And probably even bosses hooking up with the people that work for them. It's not that uncommon. And in my experience, at least, people normally can have some fun and then go back to business as usual. But this situation seems deeply disturbing for Jan. And at first, I didn't really understand why.
I promise you, I'm not going to discuss it with him. I'm certainly not going to discuss it with you. Do you have a light?
I figured it was just for the comedy. But if you really think about the context of the situation, you start to understand why she's so stressed out. First of all, she's a little ashamed. Michael is not exactly her idea of a catch.
I mean, you're obnoxious and rude and stupid.
But also, as I said before, she just got a divorce, so that's weighing in on her mind.
We've been
isn't
fighting
fair.
for a while.
Check,
He
please.
didn't want kids. I knew that going into it, but he also knew that I did. So I guess I thought that he would change his mind. He thought that I would change mine.
You didn't.
I was stupid.
No, you were not stupid.
And since Michael has zero chill about what was supposed to be a one-time hookup,
Are you wearing a new perfume today?
How is that a business question?
Well, you're wearing it at the office. And I'm sorry, no offense, but it's really sexy.
Please don't smell me, Michael.
she could possibly lose her job for having an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. In fact, Michael almost does get Jan fired over this.
You like Jan? How can you like Jan?
Maybe because she's my girlfriend.
Was, or not my girlfriend. We hooked up and...
You hooked up with Jan?
We are trying to decide whether drastic steps need to be taken.
Look, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, the point is that this doesn't exactly bode well for your branch.
Oh, man, you know what? Michael made that stupid movie. He doesn't get in any trouble. Maybe I should have slept with you, too.
All right, here's the deal. This is my fault. This is totally on me. Before you guys came in, I was talking to the guys. We were all chatting, and I made a joke, a really dumb joke, and Craig the idiot took it seriously.
You made a joke?
I did. It was stupid.
Well, I don't need to explain to you that even a joke about sexual relations with your boss...
I know. It was borderline at best. And Jan is a fantastic executive and has all the integrity in the world, and I'm really sorry, and it'll never happen again.
I think when Michael finally sees how serious the consequences of this could be, plus just how exasperated Jan is, he realizes he probably needs to slow his roll. But I think Jan might be just as lonely as Michael is. It's probably been a while since someone did something nice for her, which could be her own fault, don't get me wrong. She does seem like a hard person to get close to. Plus, all this actually happened on Valentine's Day, so those emotions are there, and you can't blame the alcohol this time.
Thank you again for that. Really, it was very nice.
No big deal. Really, sorry again.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. So, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh.
But Michael actually tries to keep it respectful this time. He genuinely backs off, kinda.
Jan and I understand each other. The romance thing is sort of on hold for the time being, but we remain good friends. Good friends with privileges. Not now, someday.
He even asked this other woman, Carol, out on a date, but this is a sitcom, so of course Jan shows up as well. And it seems like Jan may have expected something to happen with Michael. She brought an overnight bag and everything, but she ends up disappointed and embarrassed with herself.
I drove 2.5 hours to get here.
Yeah, we all
Left
really...
work early, drove down here. Why did I hook up with Michael?
Michael and Carol briefly date, but Michael quickly ruins the relationship by coming on way too strong because, as we've seen, that's kind of what he does.
What is this?
That is my Christmas card. It's a picture of you and me and your kids on a ski trip, having a blast. Season's greetings.
No, see, we never went on a ski trip.
I know.
I went on a ski trip.
Right.
2 years ago with my kids and my ex-husband.
This is kind of a tangent, but this is one thing I really like about The Office. Like, it's a sitcom, so most of the main characters are borderline sociopaths. That's basically how the comedy is generated. But unlike a lot of classic sitcoms, these characters actually see real consequences for their lunatic behavior. Like, normal people do not put up with them.
Yes, I just wanted to see if you would like to come to Jamaica with me. There's this resort called Sandals.
Carol dumps Michael, understandably. And at the end of that episode, we see Michael make a phone call, but we don't hear the other end. I wonder who it is.
Is that Jan?
What?
Where?
What?
On the left.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, that's a German woman named Gru. Jan told me to play it cool and not tell anybody because it could get us both in trouble. So officially, I did not see her. But I did see Jan there. In our room. At night. And in the morning.
Michael, as usual, does something dumb and accidentally emails a risque vacation photo of him and Jan to half the company, once again jeopardizing their employment. And Jan, of course, confronts Michael about this, but this time she actually throws an unexpected curveball.
My psychiatrist thinks that I have some self-destructive tendencies and that for once, I should indulge them. You following me?
Yes.
I think I owe it to myself to find some kind of happiness. You know, I mean, even if it means lowering my expectations or redefining the word itself.
Okay, yeah.
This is the thing, you know, I am attracted to you. I don't know why, but I am, and I need to follow my instincts.
First of all, is that something a competent psychiatrist would say? Indulge your self-destruction? Seems like bad advice. Secondly, even though this video is about Jan, I know I'm talking about Michael a lot. He's the main character of the show, but also his relationship with Jan is the central part of her downfall. In fact, a lot of Office fans blame Michael for Jan's mental decline. And yeah, Michael is kind of a nightmare, but I don't think we can pin this all on him. At the end of the day, Jan is making these choices on her own. If you've never seen The Office, you might be watching this video and asking yourself, why does he call Jan a villain? She's made some mistakes, but she hasn't really done anything that bad. Well, it begins here. I always thought it was interesting how Jan sits in Michael's chair during this conversation. Like, she's his boss, but usually in their interactions, Michael's the one being obnoxious and pushy while Jan tries to keep it professional. But now Jan's more aggressively asserting her dominance and throwing decorum out of the window, and not even attempting to hide the disgust she feels about her attraction to him.
Jan, you complete me.
Oh God.
But this is what Michael thinks he wants, so he's all for it, for now.
I am taking a calculated risk. What's the upside? I overcome my nausea, fall deeply in love, babies, normalcy, no more self-loathing. Downside, I date Michael Scott publicly and collapse into myself like a dying star.
And remember, Michael wants love more than anything else, but that's not exactly what Jan is bringing to the table.
I just got into you. No. What? Come on, let's go back to the party. Oh, come on, wait. Let me just see. Don't take that. No, stop it. Stop it, Jan. No.
She clearly doesn't like or respect Michael, but she still seems to have this sort of animal attraction to him. The fact that it feels wrong is what makes it thrilling. I mean, that is what her weird psychiatrist told her to do.
You know, we were good when we were just running around, you know, in secret. It was wrong and it was exciting, and maybe it was a mistake to take it public.
Well, if that's the way you feel, my lady, then you have hurt me greatly.
Michael.
I kind of think that what turns Jan on is the fact that she's taking advantage of those emotions. I think she likes seeing him squirm. It might be some kind of subconscious or maybe even conscious revenge for all of the grief that he's put her through. It's like her attempt at taking charge of this situation that she never felt in control of.
Are you gonna take care of this?
Yeppers.
What did I tell you about yeppers?
I don't remember.
I told you not to say it. Do you remember that?
Yeesh.
There's a scene around this time where Michael asks Jan for a raise. Remember, she's still his boss. And Michael, being Michael, uses an interesting negotiation tactic.
You gonna play it like this? You give me a good raise, or no more sex. What are you writing, Purple?
Just preparing for the deposition.
Now, obviously, in most situations, this would be completely out of line. But the thing about it is, Michael actually ends up getting the raise.
I can offer you a 12% raise, but you have got to ask for 15.
Well, that's ridiculous. I'm never gonna make
No, I just need you to ask for it so I can record that you asked for it. Okay?
When I first watched this, I thought maybe Jan was doing something nice for Michael, if a little nepotistic. I mean, they are dating. But now I actually think it might be just another power play. Give him a little money so he'll remain quiet and submissive. I think the threat to withhold sex actually worked because that's really all she wants from him. And Jan expresses this power by sexually dominating Michael, which is played for laughs, but it's actually kind of dark.
Jan and I have a safe word in case things go too far. Although last time, she pretended she didn't hear me.
Come over after work tonight, okay? I miss your body.
I don't know. I drive a lot. I'm spending a fortune on gas and tolls.
I'll give you $200, and if I get up before you, I'll leave it on the dresser.
I don't know, that makes me kind of uncomfortable.
300?
Well, Jan has this schoolgirl fantasy.
It's a pretty common one.
I feel uncomfortable wearing the dress.
And over time, Michael loses all that enthusiasm he had for this relationship, which makes sense, and he rightfully decides to break up with Jan. The problem is, by this point, Michael is completely terrified of Jan. She basically has him under her thumb, and she knows exactly what to do to keep him around.
Jan? We need to talk.
Jan is in a different place right now, and it is a sign of maturity to give people second chances.
So the breakup doesn't last very long.
You go to Scranton far more often than you need.
Is it because of these?
Whoa, hey, whoa,
No.
Jan.
I want to know. I want to know, because if it is, then I will see you in court.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
Because he likes them.
At the end of season 3, Michael is excited because he has an opportunity to interview for a corporate position. But there's a problem.
The job you're applying for is Jan's job.
I don't understand, so we're gonna tag team it?
No, we're letting Jan go.
You son of a bitch.
Jan, this isn't the time.
You're
I'm in
firing
an interview.
me? Where the hell do you get off?
Frankly, it's overdue. Your behavior in the last 2 years has been completely erratic.
Erratic?
Recently, you don't even show an interest in your work. You smoke constantly in your office. You spend most of the day online shopping. You disappear for hours at a time, sometimes days, always saying you're visiting your sister in Scottsdale.
And this is why a lot of people blame Michael for Jan's decline, because all of this kind of started once she started fooling around with him. But I think the relationship with Michael is just a symptom of a larger issue.
In the last year, I've gone through a divorce, an identity theft, a husband who would not communicate.
I mean, my whole family still won't even talk to me on the advice of counsel.
You know, my work has always been the thing that's gotten in the way of my happiness, so.
Well,
Like, it seems like her whole life is kind of a mess. Plus, she has a very questionable psychiatrist that I'm pretty sure is making everything worse.
And then watching it back right afterward to improve my form.
That is not healthy behavior.
No, it's not that bad. The worst part is that she shows it to her therapist and they discuss it.
The point is, I think it's a little bit deeper than Michael drove Jan crazy. So since Jan's about to not have an income anymore, Michael, quite reluctantly I should add, offers a generous suggestion.
What am I gonna do?
Well, I guess you could come and save my condo. I think I could back out of the sale. Probably get some negative feedback on my eBay profile.
Live together. Actually, wait a minute. This could be great. This could be perfect. You know, my full-time job could be our relationship. I could wear stretch pants and wait for you to come home at 5:15. It could work. This could work, really.
When Jan convinced Michael to take her back after their brief breakup, she told him that she'd been working on herself.
I feel good about myself for the first time in a really long time. And I've made some big changes in my life, and I miss you.
And at first, this just seems like a story to manipulate Michael into taking her back, but I actually believe that she has been trying to get her shit together. Whether she's actually succeeding at that is a different story, but I do think she's trying. Being an executive for a failing company was obviously not the move, so it makes sense that she might want to try something different, like domestic life. Maybe this will calm her down. And like I said, she's trying. We see her genuinely attempting to behave like Michael's partner. She helps him with his stupid work events. She comes and spends time with him when he's having lunch at work. This is actually a big difference from before, when she was embarrassed to be seen in public with him and seemed only interested in sex. There's even an episode where Michael realizes he's going broke, which everyone is immediately tempted to blame on Jan.
Used to have 2 cars, traded them in. Now we're down to 1. Good economic sense. Although the new car's a Porsche for her.
But in reality, it's mostly because Michael is himself terrible with money.
This scary black bar is what you spend on things that no one ever needs, like multiple magic sets, professional bass fishing equipment.
How did you do this so fast? Is this PowerPoint?
And Jan surprisingly reacts to this by being completely thoughtful and supportive.
I really messed up.
Well, when my life fell apart and they screwed me in New York and I felt like my whole world was collapsing around me, I didn't have anyone. You were there for me, by my side, without even a thought. That's just who you are. No matter how badly I treat you or what I'm going through, you are there for me. And that is a guy worth staying beside.
This is the most likable that Jan has ever been. Maybe she has figured some things out. You almost believe that maybe there is hope for this relationship.
You are so right. You are so right. Because before I lived here, the glass was always covered in smudges. And I moved in and I cleaned it. So I guess that makes me the devil.
You are! She is! She is the devil!
The season 4 episode Dinner Party is on the short list of the absolute most famous episodes of The Office. And for good reason. It is almost like a horror movie in the way that it slowly builds tension as Jan and Michael host the most awkward dinner party of all time. And this is maybe a month after that train scene I just showed you, so it hasn't even been that long.
Do you want to tell it, babe, or should I tell it?
I don't like that story, babe.
Come on, it's a cute story. Michael ran through the sliding glass door because he thought he heard the ice cream truck.
Stop it. I mean, I like ice cream, okay? Sue me. Oh, no, don't. I shouldn't say that jokingly because she will sue me. She loves to sue. She loves lawsuits.
It's our first real glimpse into the home life of Jan and Michael as a couple. It's not great.
So sorry about this god-awful carpet. We are still a work in progress here.
Well, that's...
What a cute bench.
Thanks, that's my bed. Jen has some space issues, so I curl up on that puppy.
Really? Because seems pretty narrow and short.
It's actually a lot bigger than it seems. Look at that.
See? He fits perfectly. So this is the master bedroom, and these walls, they used to be like
white, like an asylum. So I wanted it to be softer, so I had it painted in eggshell white.
Guess what? White and eggshell white are exactly the same color.
Remember, this is Michael's house, but Jan has moved in and kind of just taken over. Also, she is barely holding it together. Like, she clearly has pent up anger and aggression.
When I get frustrated or irritated or angry, I come up here and I just smell all my candles. And it just poof, goes away.
If she's like this all the time, then Michael's home life must be very sad. And I want to say Michael is not completely blameless here either. It's still Michael. Some of Jan's demands are reasonable, like maybe a blinding neon sign isn't the best decoration for the dining area. But it's very hard to take Jan's side after we learn about some of the darker aspects of this relationship. Like, she is really into this song that was written by her underage former assistant with some pretty questionable lyrics.
You took me by the hand, made me a man that one night.
It looks like Jan might still be making Michael participate in weird sexual stuff, which would be totally fine if he was into it, but we know that he is not.
Hey,
Exactly.
I thought you said that you were going to tidy things up.
Well,
Shame on you.
And there's this.
when I said that I wanted to have kids and you said that you wanted me to have a vasectomy, what did I do? And then, when you said that you might want to have kids and I wasn't so sure, who had the vasectomy reversed? And then when you said you definitely didn't want to have kids, who had it reversed back? Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. I did. You have no idea the physical toll the 3 vasectomies have on a person.
But again, I don't think Jan is just some one-dimensional evil lunatic. This is a buildup of years of stress and disappointment. I think she is angry and unhappy, and she feels trapped in her own life. And she wants to take control of her life, but she's so bitter that she expresses it through intimidation and violence.
Man, I would love to burn your candles.
You burn it, you buy it.
Oh, good. I'll be your first customer.
But you're hardly my first.
That's what she said. That is a $200 plasma screen TV you just killed. Good luck paying me back on your $0 a year salary plus benefits, babe.
So the dinner party ends with a loud argument, a TV being shattered, and the cops being called. And after this, Michael and Jan finally come to terms with the fact that they do not belong together, and they actually start to move on. Michael becomes interested in Holly, the new HR rep for the office, who actually seems to appreciate his goofiness, and it looks like the feelings might be mutual. Now, Jan, on the other hand,
It obviously happened when we were together, and I am very
Yeah, it did
proud.
happen when we were together. That's true. And but you are not. You're not the dad.
Jan gets pregnant and has a full-ass baby. Turns out she was making Michael do all those snip snaps for nothing.
I went to a sperm bank.
You did?
Yeah.
When we were going out?
Oh yeah.
I don't understand. You always used to be very cautious. Wear 2 condoms.
You know.
You'd rather have somebody else's sperm than my sperm?
If I was 22 and I had lots of time to have lots of children, then sure, let's let Michael have a shot at one of them. But honestly, I need to make this one count.
Despite knowing that the baby is not his, Michael still offers to help Jan raise the baby. But at this point, I think Jan really doesn't want to revisit any kind of close relationship with Michael. But that doesn't stop her from taking another opportunity to try and control his life.
Oh, you know what? There is one more thing that you can do for me.
Okay.
Don't date Holly.
Now, sometimes I feel like I have to add a disclaimer to these videos because I love sitcom lore and fan theories and stuff like that, but some of y'all have no imagination, and I get a lot of comments that are like, you know, they're not real people, right? You're overthinking it. And I truly hope those people find the joy that is missing in their hearts. But I do admit sometimes it is hard to ignore the meta narrative that is intentionally being created by the writers. Like, Jan not liking Holly is so clearly intentional intended for us to root for that relationship even more. But that's boring. Let's get back to headcanon. Jan is ultimately an unhappy person, and she probably blames Michael for some of that. Regardless, miserable people don't like to see other people happy, especially if it's outside of their control. And as soon as she meets Holly, Jan immediately sees the potential of her making Michael happy.
Where's Astrid? Oh, I think she's on a sales call. On a what?
Wah, more paper. Wah.
No, she's just on a coffee break.
That's funny.
But Michael has finally realized he doesn't have to do what Jan says. He has no allegiance to her anymore, or her baby for that matter. It's not his child.
Want to go out?
Yes.
I didn't feel much when I held Astrid, but I got a good feeling from Holly.
How can you not love this show? We don't see much of Jan after this. She raises her daughter alone, and she honestly seems like a good mother who showers her child with love, which is maybe something that she didn't get a lot of growing up. There used to be this promotional website for Serenity by Jan, the candle company that Jan started after she got fired from Dunder Mifflin. The descriptions on the site are pretty funny, but one of them mentions her having an unhappy childhood and running away from home. And this was an official tie-in for the show, so I'm saying it's canon. The last thing we learn about Jan is that she eventually did re-enter the workforce and has once again become a high-level executive. I guess corporate business is just something she's good at. But we also see the return of her intimidation and resentment.
And then also, these Bluetooths are very hard to hear with. I know you love the way they look, but Tom never had us use
Molly.
them, so...
I am not Tom. I am Jan.
I'm so sorry, Jim.
And also her alleged penchant for inappropriate sexual relationships.
Do you have a valid passport?
So it looks like the cycle just continues. Not everybody's story has a happy ending. But being a mother is an interesting new variable that hopefully could help Jan discover her purpose. If Jan can't get her life together, the least she could do is keep her data safe from creeps online by using a VPN. Fire segue. A virtual private network, or VPN, hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection using encryption. Whenever you're browsing online on an unprotected device, you're sending all your information and activity just out into the open. So basically, a VPN hides that data from folks that got no business looking at it. VPNs are especially clutch when you need to use the internet in a public place like a coffee shop or an airport, where hackers and other nosy people might be hanging out. But they're also great if you don't want your internet company or the government to know all your personal business. My ISP doesn't need to know how often I order takeout. That's between me and my chicken quesadilla. It's always good to have access to a trusted VPN when you need one, and I recommend this video sponsor Private Internet Access. It is the world's most transparent VPN provider with over 30 million downloads, and they never save, store, or log your data, and that's something they've actually proven in court. It's available on all platforms: Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, even Linux, and you can use it to protect an unlimited number of devices all at the same time. So I can protect all my devices in my home and all my devices in my beach house, all with one subscription. I don't actually have a beach house, but if I did, it would be protected. A brother can dream. Private Internet Access is offering you guys an exclusive 83% discount, which is pretty good. That comes out to a little over $2 a month. Plus, you get 4 months free on top of that. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not totally satisfied. So make sure you use my link, piavpn.com/T1J, so you don't miss out on that great deal. The link will also be in the description, so go check that out. Thanks for watching. The Office is one of those shows that I could make an endless number of videos about. In fact, I did do a video about The Office not too long ago about the Jim, Pam, and Karen love triangle, which I find so frustrating. So you can check that out if you want. Also, there's The Paper, that new Office spinoff. I haven't really seen it yet. Have y'all seen it? I could do a video on that if you guys are interested. Let me know. Okay, bye-bye.